The video you selected is part of a class which is available on udemy.com, thinkific.com, and teachable.com. Coupons for these courses are available through our channel and website. To receive the coupon, click on studentsuccessspace.com below, and if you right-click on the studentsuccessspace.com, a pop-up window will open, giving you the opportunity to open the link in a new tab. On the channel page, click the About button on the far right of the menu. This will open a page which tells a little more about our channel. Scrolling below the description are direct links to our classes, or you can access coupons through the Courses and Publications link. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our newest publications on Amazon.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Student Success Space. I began my career working as a teacher, and through time I've seen a lot of really silly errors on professionalism. One day I realized as teachers we really don't teach how to be professional. As I sat on a college campus, I was able to really put together this lecture and to be able to talk to people about the need of professionalism. Really need to understand what it is. It's a knowledge that an individual possesses about a certain field. It's a consistent and constant behavior and an attitude. I like this part because it's devoid of politics, mind games, bias, discrimination, and blaming. Think about that. How many times have you worked in a situation or had a work environment where it was very negative or there was a lot of gossiping? It really took away from the professional part of your job and may have even made life to be very stressful for you. A professional person is an individual that does their jobs with sincerity and who maintains accepted etiquette and ethics while performing a quality work. Why is professionalism critical in the workplace? First of all, we really ensure a positive performance. Again, remember what I said about that negative side. If you've ever been in a situation where people are constantly negative, backbiting, criticizing, it makes a atmosphere that is very difficult to work, and it really distracts from work efficacy, work efficiency, and the ability to really complete what needs to be done. Professionalism also builds and maintains team spirit. It encourages motivation. I think this is one of the greatest pieces, is that you really want your people to be motivated, not just those that work for you, but those that work with you. You want happy, satisfied employees, positive organization ambassadors. The quality of work improves. Have you ever felt that way? I remember walking in one time and handing a very substantial report to my boss, who looked at it, and the first thing she did was pull out all the things that were wrong with it. Later, when we met together again in another meeting, she apologized in front of everybody and said that she had done it incorrectly, that that was not her place, and first and foremost, that she needed to have acknowledged the positive things that had happened. I appreciated that not only did she apologize, but she admitted that she was wrong, and she made me feel that my work was important despite that first encounter. A professional place also has clear, collaborative communication and promotes and confirms fairness. This is really important, is that everybody feels that the work environment is a fair one. We need to look at professional dress. I know this may seem like a silly thing, but I've got a good story that goes along with this. You really need to dress according to the recommendations of your supervisor. I love it when a supervisor says no jeans at work, and then they wear jeans. It's kind of casual Friday every day, right? But some departments may even have specific dress requirements. For instance, right now I teach in an online school, and we joke that I have the cutest tops you've ever seen. Why? Because nobody really sees the bottoms. What does it matter, right? Professional dress is also going to vary from company to company. So what is professional dress? This is my favorite part. So in general, dirty, torn, offensive clothing are not acceptable, right? So I want to share experience of an interview with a couple of students. Two students went to this particular interview. Actually, there were several, but two from my class went to this interview, and they're very excited because it was a position for a process engineer that was going to be starting at a nice salary with some really good benefits. At the beginning of the interview, everybody met together. They had a group interview. There were over a dozen people in this group interview. Then they had individual interviews, and then they came back together just before luncheon. At that point, one student was dismissed. The young man described the student to me. He said that the young man had shown up for the interview wearing torn jeans, sneakers, Converse sneakers, and a t-shirt that had a university logo on it. And then he had a sweatshirt with a hoodie sweatshirt, right, that he kept unzipped so that you could see it. He says when he walked in and sat down with everybody else, somebody made the comment of, "I'm surprised you didn't wear a suit." And he said, "They take me as they get me, or they don't get me at all." Wow. As they completed their individual interviews, the one young man was dismissed, and he was told that he didn't need to continue on, and he left. Of the dozen interviewees, only one was dismissed at that point. At that point, the other 11 were taken to a very nice 5-star restaurant where they had a steak luncheon. What an example that has been for me, and an experience to really express the need to be consistently professionally dressing according to what the needs of the situation are. To look at our communication skills, active listening, that doesn't mean that arbitrarily, We want to make sure that we use proper language. There's really vulgarity and profanity is not acceptable in a work situation. We don't want to hear it, nobody wants to know it, and you don't know how many people there may be offended by the noise and the choice of words that you're using. Don't yell across a room. Please just walk across the room and say hello. Speak clearly. Maintain a pleasant, courteous tone of voice. Avoid emotional or angry outbursts. If you feel like you're a little bit emotional, walk away for a little while, then come back. Acknowledge the needs of your customers and coworkers and create a friendly environment. But I like the part also that says to remember to respect boundaries. Boundaries are important. Not everybody wants their personal life inside of their work environment. How is a professionalism judged? It's your image and your presentation. Remember the young man who came to a job interview with a college t-shirt and holey jeans? Yes, that really didn't impress anybody very well, did it? You must also realize the culture. What is the culture of your organization? If I were to be working as a good example, if I were working in a traditional classroom, I would want to make sure that I was dressed professionally. Since I work in an online classroom, what is professional dress is what is seen from the waist up. We want to make sure, though, that we know what's expected of us. Professionalism is really judged in the way that you communicate with others as well. Are you negative, griping, backbiting? That probably doesn't say a lot about you and your job performance or your conduct in general. Professionals will judge themselves as being part of a solution and not as part of the problem. I like the term of proactivity. This is where being proactive is essential. So ethics is a code of morality, and it's really what is governing the group or a person. It's integrity, honesty, diligence, loyalty, respect, and commitment. One of my favorites, though, is maintaining confidentiality. Sitting with my boss one time, I sat with her, and she was going over our job interviews, not our job interviews, our performance reviews for the year. And one of the comments that she made, she says, "Well, you will not believe what Jane did." That wasn't the lady's real name. She did this, this, and this, so I'm going to have to put her on some administrative leave, and we're going to have to do some intervention here. And she spent a good portion of her time during my job review or performance review discussing the problems of somebody else. This destroyed my confidence in her. Why? Because plain and simply, you don't know what else is going to be repeated. So you want to make sure that you are always being caring and considerate and kind. I like the very end sentence. The welfare of others is important, and the professional maintains this confidence.